Hello and welcome to Faster Than Reloading, episode 28 for the week of November 2nd, 2020. We drop every week to give you the rundown on all the latest gaming news you could possibly need. My name is Anthony Palm, and joining me as always, Chicago's prodigal son, Miguel Alvarez.
What is going on, guys? What's going on?
It's been a busy week and a half. We got a lot of news to talk about. I didn't really realize how much news there was until we actually started putting our doc together for the week.
I feel like that happens all the time.
But especially this week, I was like, holy shit, there's a lot of stuff. And there's a lot of news that dropped right after we recorded the last episode too. The first, I want to say three things on the itinerary this week, happened the day after we recorded. So, but also with us, the formerly Brooklyn bad boy who now lives in Manhattan, Jeffrey Mizrahi.
What up? Y'all gearing up for the incoming Civil War that will be happening on the streets of New York City in the new Division 2 expansion pack?
I thought you were talking about the console launch. I forgot tomorrow's election day.
Dude, they're boarding up cities. They're boarding up stores.
Tay and I were talking about that earlier. Yeah, because they're worried about looting, right?
Yeah, they're boarding up the country. Literally
insane.
Yeah, shit's going to look like Division. Get ready. Hype sessions will occur. But yeah, how y'all handling the final 10 days almost? Give or take, depends on when you're listening to this.
It's 9 days, yeah.
Yeah.
Before. Oh no, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Depends when you're listening to this.
Yeah, 10 days.
Under 2 weeks. Under 2 weeks.
I know, it's insane.
Till the PS5. I could feel it.
Under 10 days, right? I feel it's around there.
Yeah.
We might get it delivered to the house.
The potential that it'll show up. True.
We might get it. Yeah, Anthony.
Yeah, Miguel just posted something on we can throw that in towards the end just to mention it quick.
Yeah, some news, maybe some games. Announcement tomorrow.
Breaking news. So, yeah, you guys want to get into what we've been playing, or do you want to jump into the news?
I've been playing some new stuff, so it's kind of news-like. Let's just start off with. I don't think I've talked about Crash 4. I've been playing it from. I
think you said you got it, but hadn't played it yet. I think
I might have.
Unless there was Watchdogs, but maybe you said that for.
No. I think last week I literally just got Crash, and I was going to say how I liked it. I'm about over halfway through. I looked at a list of missions online.
Nice.
If you, PS Best Friends, a long-time listener, I really didn't enjoy Crash Insane Trilogy. I gave all three of them shots. I played through the first couple of levels of each one. Just thought it was too hard. Just didn't like the jumping.
Now, you have no nostalgia for it either, though.
I have no nostalgia, of course, as well. I didn't have a PS1. But Crash 4 now, once again, jumping in open eyes, open mind. I really like it. It's super forgiving. It's not we're an old PlayStation 1 game, so we got to be super hard. It's it has dynamic checkpoints. So if you keep dying, let's say you're at halfway through the map, halfway through the level, but you keep dying and you start over in the beginning, you keep dying, you start over the beginning, but the checkpoint is only at the halfway mark. It will acknowledge that after your 10th death and put a checkpoint at a quarter of the way. So you don't have to keep going to the half. So you could keep making little small increments. Cool. Also, if you die a lot of times in a row, you get one of those. Who's the guy that spins around you? That's a star, essentially, or it's an extra life.
Oh my god! He goes,
Aku.
Yeah,
whatever. You know the guy. The mask. So you get one of those guys automatically if you just keep sucking. The jumps are just better, I think. It's not a rigid jumping system where it's
because it's not polygonal anymore.
Yeah. It's just an overall. At every couple levels, it mixes it up where it's now we're throwing you this new guy. You're playing as Dingo. Oh, you're now playing as this girl from the future or whatever. Now you're playing as
Crash 3 did that.
I didn't know. What?
Crash
3 had that? That's cool.
Yeah, it did.
Okay, nice. So I guess normal for the series.
Yeah, I'm really surprised you liked it. But I'm really interested to play it. It's one of those games that I say it hits the proverbial chopping block where I can't do too many games right now. So, but I am excited to get to it eventually, and I'm glad that just people in general like it. It seems like old school fans liked it too. I know Tim Geddes from Kind of Funny liked it. I'm just happy to see a new Crash game, and it's not horrible. So I'm excited. I hope we get a new Spyro game.
I don't know what those bad crashes were. The GameCube. I don't know. There was the camera. Was it an open world Mario game or something?
They just weren't good. It's hard to explain. The levels are bad. Like it had this like
But
weird tie-in
the
stuff.
same system of like, you're walking forward.
There was the
camera
weird
vibe.
Game Boy ones where it was like there was the orange one was Crash and the purple one was Spyro, and it was like they tried to do like a Seasons and Ages things with it, but it didn't make any sense because it was Spyro and Crash. You know what I mean? So there's just a lot of weird, stupid decisions once they took the games out of the hands of Naughty Dog and Insomniac.
Yeah. So from my understanding, it definitely feels like a more accessible, modern.
It's a modernized game.
Still has that. It still feels like Crash. Speaking of another new game that literally just came out, Watchdogs Legion. I'm like really fucking on a roll right now with GameFly. They keep sending me the latest and greatest games. Gamefly.com/MrBrawl96. I wish that was a website.
Probably do have a referral code though, right?
Yeah, I wish I was a referral. No, I don't even have one. Watchdogs Legion is essentially just more Watchdogs 2, for better or worse, with no main protagonist. I do, however, no main protagonist is like, oh, do you even have connection to the guy? Do you even care about the characters? I do find this interesting thing where, like, because you choose to recruit people, you could play as any NPC, any NPC, but you have to manually recruit them. I do have an attachment where it's like, I chose that douchebag with the fucking red beanie. Like, he's my red beanie guy, So it's like you kind of have that, but the story definitely isn't engaging me at all. It's just kind of like do crazy things in London.
Does it almost feel like a MMO, not like a Destiny MMO, but like a I don't know, you never like played World of Warcraft or anything, where it's like when you start off and you're just some shithead going and killing boars in the woods, you know what I mean? Like you don't like your character doesn't feel like like the main character is an NPC and you're just the douchebag carrying out the deeds, you know what I mean?
Nah, I wouldn't say necessarily, because you could pick from like a list of like 30 NPCs when you start off as your first guy. And I chose like a more equipped guy. So, like some people are like, oh, this guy is his weapon's like a jackhammer, or just like he's a regular Union guy. I picked like this like ex-convict Marine guy that has like a gun and shit. So like, I felt that I had that like option to pick someone stronger, but it's not really about, that like power fantasy. I guess it is, but it's more of just like doing weird shit. So like I recruited a dude who is a shopaholic, but everything's also discounted. So he's like on my team, kind of like Metal Gear Solid style. And just in the background, it'll be like, oh, Johnny just bought this fucking shirt. So it's like,
it sounds like a weird. It sounds like a weird hybrid of like Metal Gear Solid 5 and GTA.
Mm-hmm. No, 100%. The recruiting system, the looking at the guys you could recruit, obviously, not the same skills and shit. Like, what are the skills in Metal Gear? Like, medic and all that and stuff.
Yeah.
The attributes of the NPCs in Watch Dogs are definitely, funnier, I guess, and more interesting.
Like it almost has like a Saints Row vibe to it, is what I'm getting.
100%.
Like that's not what I wanted Watch Dogs to be,
I mean, Saints Row.
I thought 2 had the perfect mix of
in tone.
Yeah, like I thought Watch Dogs had the perfect mix of like a little bit of wackiness and like a little bit of seriousness.
Fucking to smack people around, okay?
Yeah, maybe like Saints Row 2, I guess.
Yeah. When I think Saints Row, I think the first 2 games. I fuck the other ones.
But dude, I mean, it honestly
3
has
is the best one, hands down.
Yeah, see, I liked 1 and 2.
Legions has a very interesting tone where it's like, I mean, I don't really know if maybe there becomes dildos, but like the first face mask you get, even the box art, is like the pig guy, and it kind of feels like
trying hard.
Like no, it's like this weird disassociation. It's like, am I in a real London? Is it trying to make parallels to the real world, but also everything's like crazy and fake? I don't know. I'm trying to figure out exactly what the vibe of this game is, but
yeah, because like Watch Dogs 1 and 2 weren't like futuristic. Like, yeah, they had like futuristic tech, but it was still the normal world, Yeah. For the most part, like Watch Dogs 2 had like a couple of like, it was in fucking Silicon Valley, so there was like a couple like weird, unrealistic tech farms, you know what I mean? But like, aside from that, it was mostly a realistic world. So I don't know.
Yeah, Legions is like doing some.
I'll check out Legion.
Things.
I think it's just Legion right now. Legions. Watch Dogs Legion.
I forgot where the S is. It's Watch Dogs Legion, right?
Yeah, Watch Dogs Legion, I think. I'll check it out when it's on sale or something.
Question from the press. Yeah, Miguel, what do you got?
Question from the press. We know that you got it from Gamefly. Would you have bought it playing?
No.
How long have you played it for? A couple hours?
Maybe 2 hours max.
And it just hasn't gripped you at all.
I do want to play it more. Oh, okay. Check this out. The load times. Whoa. Because I'm playing, obviously, I have 2 games from Gamefly.
Is that one of those things where it's like this game was made for next gen?
Yeah. Oh, easily. Okay, I didn't even talk about this. Easily made for next gen. I'm pretty sure it's running 30, but it does dip a good amount of times.
Yeah, I saw
It
that.
does dip. It crashed on me once in my 2 hours of gameplay. It crashed on me.
Like blue screen.
A blue screen crash. Yeah, that's PS4 blue screen. TM. I hope those go away. I hope they're like a red screen on the PS5.
I had a
white
blue screen in a game I've been playing, which could have been disastrous, but it wasn't. But continue.
Yeah, luckily Watchdogs did have a autosave, so I didn't lose any progress, but it was just annoying.
I mean, you should be used to that. Thanks.
I know. I'm a Black Ops 4 fucking vet.
Oh my God. No, I don't even want to think about Black Ops 4 blue screens. Jesus Christ.
But no, okay, the answer is no. I would not have bought this for PS4. I don't know how it's going to look or run on the PS5.
Better.
Hang on to it for another week and a half, and you can find out.
I will. I'm going to hang on to it from GameFly, and I will be trying it out on my PS5 because, dude, that's the disc. There's this version. But yeah, that's what I've been playing. 2 new games. Next game is Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I guess is the next big game coming out, right?
Yep.
Is it out already, or is it out this week? I don't remember.
I
think it's out.
It's a launch day game. It's a launch
It's
day
Wednesday.
Xbox, so it's 10th.
It's the 10th.
Yeah. How about you guys? What you guys been playing this week?
I don't remember if I talked about Death Stranding last week. Did I talk about Death Stranding last week? I think I started playing it after we recorded.
I think you were talking about Bloodborne a lot last week, so you finished off Bloodborne.
So Bloodborne recap. I've completed the main game. I've completed all the optional bosses. I've completed the third ending. Like, I did all the endings. I have all the weapons now. So I have the only thing I have left for the platinum is to beat the final boss in one of the Chalice dungeon quest lines, and then I have the platinum. So I just today finished the Old Hunters DLC, so I have all the weapons from the Old Hunters DLC. I killed all of the optional bosses and all the main bosses in the DLC. The DLC was really good. I kind of I feel bad for people that don't know that the DLC is not included because the DLC is really good in Bloodborne. And it's usually recommended for new players to play it before you finish the game because you automatically get put into New Game Plus when you beat the game. And because there's no save, it's an auto save functionality. It's not there's not manual saves. You can't undo that. So once you go to New Game Plus, the DLC is way harder. So I definitely recommend if you're going to jump into it on PS5 with the Plus collection, which that's another thing we'll get to. Definitely, if you're going to buy the DLC for it, beat the DLC before the final boss. But yeah, I loved it. The final location in the DLC was this crazy weird Eldritch Fish town. It was these fucking giant Murloc looking blob monsters. It was fucking crazy. But yeah, Bloodborne. I can't believe that I beat Bloodborne. I can't believe that I'm one trophy away from the platinum.
Congrats.
So I'm really excited. I like the game so much. I think I might try a New Game Plus on PS5 just to see how it runs on PS5. I might not play through the whole thing. Maybe I'll skip some optional bosses or whatever. But I just want to see how it plays because I'm still really enjoying it. And then yeah, Death Stranding I hopped into a bit this past week. It's one of those games where it's almost like a comfort food game. You know what I mean? Where it's I'm in a bad mood, or I don't feel good, or I just want to decompress. Let me throw some shit on my back and run over these fucking Iceland mountains. So I'm digging that. I ran into a couple cool weird BT blob monsters. That was a couple really fun encounters. So I'm digging it. The story makes no sense. I already know what happens in the story because I looked it up back when the game launched when I didn't think that I liked it. And even knowing what's going on in the story, it still is this doesn't make any fucking sense. This is just shit that he Kojima just had a fever dream and wrote it in a notebook. You're
just in it for the ride. You just
fucking
hear
sense.
the new terms
Zero
as it
sense.
develops, as it gets unraveled. It's sure.
Even knowing
Okay.
what's going on, I'm this doesn't whatever. So I'm just down for the ride. So I'm enjoying it. I think that's it. I haven't really played Hades. I got to play more of that. So, but yeah, so Bloodborne and Death Stranding, 2 old games that I'm probably going to keep playing even after PS5's. I swear to God, PS5 is just going to be my play PS4 games better box. I'm almost more excited to play old games on PS5 than I am to play the new games.
Mm-hmm.
For the first year.
Even Modern Warfare, I'm just excited to play Modern Warfare on PS5 because it's just going to run better. Hopefully. Maybe at least load times will be better.
They got to be. And Miguel, you've just been playing the typical Apex Warzone.
Apex, excited for the season 7 starting tomorrow, Tuesday. Warzone. Come on, bro. I don't play that. I mean, I did play just for the holiday event they had, which was probably, like we said last week, the best event they had.
Oh, I would go on to say the best Call of Duty event of like the past 5 years. I would say.
Yeah.
I mean, they just
some Black
started
Ops
doing
3
events
stuff,
last
some
year,
Black
I
Ops
think.
4
So,
stuff.
I mean, come on, bro.
Yeah. Is
Other
the
than
sirens
that-
coming through? You guys
oh.
hear these sirens?
A little bit.
It's on our end, so don't worry. Unless you see actual lights behind
If you're
you.
listening and you're driving, it's on our end, but it's
Just
kind of cutting in and out
check,
anyways,
just
so
check.
it's kind of obvious.
I did get the little bug to get the platinum on Infinite Warfare,
This story.
and I got the game, and I put it back in, and I started playing because I need the zombies fucking trophies for that game. And then I remember why I just gave up on it, like really quick, because it's super hard and it's so fucking stupid having zombies trophies on Call of Duty games.
Or at least like annoyingly hard zombies trophies. If it's like get to wave
Like,
5, like that's
you
whatever.
need to do all the fucking the Easter eggs to get the platinum. And it's like,
and no one's playing the game, so you have to do it by yourself. Yeah, that's the problem.
I mean, people are playing, but they're just like fucking around. It's not like people like actually going for
Right, like
the-
you would have to like go on to, like find some obscure
Yeah.
Reddit LFG to like find people
And
to do
I'm
it.
like, oh my god, this is dumb, bro. I do gotta say, I did play some multiplayer a little bit, a couple matches just to like remember how it was. It's probably one of the worst multiplayers, COD base, COD wise. I mean, it's like a tie between that and Advanced Warfare, in my opinion.
Now, why do you say that?
First of all, the movement, I hate it. Things, and let me say, Black Ops 3, I love that movement, that advanced movement, because it was more. It wasn't as okay. Advanced Warfare was just chaotic. It was just
Advanced
move from
Warfare
side to
wasn't
side
hold
everywhere.
to jetpack. It was the boost. So it was like you boost one way and then boost another way.
Yeah, and it was fucking dumb.
It was fun in
This
zombies,
one, I mean, I guess in zombies, but I'm saying multiplayer. And this one,
Or Extinction.
like
sorry.
it feels like
No,
they're just
Extinction.
glitching to the sides. And in Black Ops 3, it's like a nice smooth motion. Like if you're aiming at them, you could like still like be able to aim at the fucking person that's like floating away. And the other two games is just you just sometimes you can't fucking aim at them.
See, I feel
it's
like
not
when I
smooth
went
as Black Ops
when
3,
I went
period.
back to Infinite Warfare, I don't remember if it was when I was mad at World War II or when I was mad at Black Ops 4. It was one or the other. And I bought Infinite Warfare, like same thing you did. It was like $5 used at GameStop. I was like, fuck it, let me just try it. And I actually had fun going back to Infinite Warfare, but at that time, I don't know, how it holds up now.
I mean, it's fun, I guess.
I mean, it's an Infinity Ward game, so the gunplay itself feels good.
Yeah.
You just don't like the movement. I thought I
just don't
honestly
like the moment.
I see. I liked the movement more than BO3. I feel like BO3 was too floaty. I feel like you felt like a feather. I like that there was a little bit of weight to Infinite Warfare. So
That's what made it better. You were actually able to aim at people when they're like floating away. I don't know.
I guess.
I mean, different opinions. Other than that, man,
Infinite Warfare is still the best COD story.
That campaign, it's really fucking good. It's really
Like I think hands
You
down,
won't
it's
know
the
the
best.
top
It's the
ones.
best COD campaign on this generation. I think.
I like the ending, and I like that it actually ends.
Yeah, like definitively, it doesn't leave it open
Yes.
for. Like you could
It's
have
like-
you could have
Yes.
another sequel in that universe, but it would be with different
Yeah.
characters.
They could have used one character, but yeah.
Even the robot, man, damn.
Yeah, those robots, bro.
Fucking
Titan-
Ethan, man.
Fucking Titanfall 2.
And it like didn't that come
the
out like
robot.
around the same time as fucking Rogue One?
Yeah.
So it was like was it Rogue One or it was like some it was either Star Wars or something.
you nailed it. You're right. Because Rogue One was a year after Force
Because I
Awakens,
remember it
correct?
was like similar to like
was 60
K2SO,
then.
you know what I mean? Where I was like I'm looking at Ethan like he's K2.
That must have been, yeah. Because 2016 was Rogue One, right? 2017
Yeah, I think
was
so.
the
So, around there. So
2017 didn't have a Star Wars movie. That was funny, I thought.
Well,
all right,
that's
going into the
because-
news. We have first off. Come on, listeners and Anthony. The joke is 2017 was The Last Jedi, and it was a bad movie. Therefore, I don't.
I'm like trying to do the math. I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah, no, it 100% did.
Rogue
All
One
right,
is
going to the
best
news.
movie.
First off, we have a little wild call. After they said no more delays, they said yes, one more delay. We need it. Cyberpunk 2077 delayed until December. At least the caveat, the silver lining, is that the next gen editions will also drop at the same time. But the new release date is December 10th, 2020. Across 9 consoles and 2 generations of hardware. They cited the main reason was just just all having to release a game on 9 consoles, but obviously last gen holding it back. If you're wondering what's 9 consoles, we're talking at PC, Xbox One, Xbox One X, Xbox Series S, Xbox Series X, PS4, PS4 Pro, PS5, PC, and Stadia. So this thing has to work very hard on a lot of different things.
And it seems like
It's crazy how like Xbox is the one that claims like, oh, you can have the same experience that no one left behind, all this, but they're the ones that have a million different fucking SKUs. And with the PS4, it's like PS4, PS4 Pro, PS5. That's it. Xbox is like Xbox One S, Xbox One X, Xbox Series S, which is different from Xbox One X, even though it's comparable. Xbox Series X. It's like it's just funny how that works out. How like they're the ones that say no one left behind, and then there's a million different fucking versions that devs have to fucking develop.
You saying, but still no one's left behind. Miguel, what were you gonna say?
No one's left behind, but the devs are like, yeah, fucking to our expense.
Yeah.
I mean, it seems supposedly that the current gen so far is struggling to keep up with staying with the current FPS, which I think it's gonna be 30 and PS4 and Xbox One. And it seems like it's dipping a lot, and they need extra time to figure that out. Supposedly, that's a rumor.
I mean,
yeah, it seems like the next gen
yeah.
versions were easier.
Like it's gonna be 60, but like the current gens are like dipping fucking left and right, and they're trying to figure that one out.
This is an interesting statement from their Twitter post when they deleted it. Some of you also might be wondering what these words mean in light of us saying we achieved Gold Master some time ago. Passing certification or going gold means the game is ready, can be completed, and has all content in it, but it doesn't mean we stop working on it and raising the quality bar. On the contrary, this is the time where many improvements are being made, which will then be distributed via a day 0 patch. This is the time period we undercalculated. So essentially, their schedule is all good, but just after going gold and before developing or before packaging the day 0 patch, they just timing was an issue.
I mean, you could keep reading, but I mean, honestly, at this point, it's been delayed so many times that it's like, just take your time.
Yeah, at this point, I'm just like, whatever.
I'm buying it for the PS4. I'm buying it for the PS5. And if it seems like they worded that when it releases, it's gonna have the PS5 update too.
That's what it seems like. It seems like it's gonna launch. It seems like the way they worded that, it's gonna launch as a next gen.
Is that a quote in here? By the way,
quote's not in there, but this confusion is coming from prior when the game had a November 17th launch date. They said that's going to be the PS4 backwards compatible version on the PS5. However, the PS5 version will come out in January.
but with this,
Upgrade, by the way.
Based on this wording, I'm interpreting it as it's going to be the PS5 version in December 10th. On December 10th,
that's time.
That's what we're saying. Yeah. The way they worded it sounds like it's a global launch for all versions on the same day.
And
we'll have to see.
honestly, at that point, like if they're gonna delay it for that, I'm like, shit.
I would rather wait an extra couple weeks to have it be
Yeah.
60 frames instead of suffer through 30 frames for.
Because I wasn't gonna
3
pick
months
it up until it was available for the PS5.
Oh, I was gonna play that
So
long.
I was gonna wait until the PS5 arrived and then get it.
Oh, I got you.
That's what I'm saying.
Like even if it was the PS4 version backwards compatible,
yes,
you're saying
I
it was,
would
okay, I got you.
download it on the PS5 automatically.
Like you just weren't going to
I'm not
bother
wasting
playing
time
it
on the PS4.
physically on
Yes.
PS4, right?
No,
Right.
no,
I got you.
Nope.
Like you would have played the PS4 version, but on PS5.
On PS5, exactly. Just because I assume it's gonna like run it even a little bit better. Or am I wrong?
Speaking of additional delays,
This is not a delay though. You sent me up incorrectly. You sent me up for the following. You got to set me up.
Jesus.
were you
Destruction
not?
AllStars is delayed.
No,
to
the other one was
Fe-
delayed too.
What was delayed in the second news story?
Isn't Bugsnax delayed too?
No, Bugsnax is a PS5 launch title that's coming to PS Plus for free.
I thought it was
Um,
delayed too.
What is delayed?
Delayed to what?
It got moved from launch. From launch, it got moved. So
Like I think it was supposed to come out before PS5 is what I'm saying.
No, it wasn't.
It was gonna
It
be a
wasn't.
launch date, but it got moved.
What are you
to
talking?
January for it.
No,
What
I
do
think
you-
we're getting Destruction.
Too many
All-Stars
lies.
confused.
Too many lies. Everyone's
Okay.
Too much shit coming out.
too many lies. Stop. Everyone, forget what you just heard. PS5's launch title will be Bugsnax. Not only will it be a launch title, it will be a free PS Plus launch title. So if you have PlayStation Plus, you will be able to redeem Bugsnax on November 12th alongside Shadows of Mordor, the
Sequel to Shadow
Middle Earth game.
No,
What's the
Shadow of
Middle
War.
Earth?
No, Shadow of War.
Shadow
is
of
the
War.
free
Sorry, I'm
one.
thinking.
Sequel to Shadow of Mordor.
Alongside Hollow Knight Void Heart Edition. Those will both be available at the beginning of the month. So right now, when you listen to this, for PS4, of course, and playable on PS5, be backwards compatibility. But yeah, so we're getting 3 games. And then Destruction All-Stars is the one that got delayed instead of being a launch title. Oh my God, I think that's where you got confused. Instead of being a full price $70 launch title, it will now be a free PS Plus game in February. As noted by Wario64, this is a little interesting.
I think.
Yeah, both of these games are available
February
for
and
2
March.
months.
Yeah.
So maybe PS Plus will now start incorporating some free PS5 game every 2 months. Definitely is the trend for the first 2 games. We'll see if it continues into the rest of 2021.
Honestly, I feel like the Destruction All-Stars, they're doing that to hopefully imitate what happened with Rocket League, I feel. Because it's
Yeah.
I think
Not one to one, but yeah.
like that. I'm not
Giving a
saying it's
free
going to
game, yeah.
happen, but giving it free and hopefully people like it enough that after it ends, people keep buying it.
well, like what happened with Fall Guys.
Exactly that too.
I don't even know if we know 100%. Does Destruction All-Stars have a single player mode of sorts?
No, I think it's
campaign?
it's a
multiplayer
only,
right? Yeah.
As far as what I know, I mean,
We don't
Um,
know we don't know a lot. They told us
Yeah.
very little.
I think it
Yeah.
makes sense for this game though. I think they read the room. You know what I mean? They're like, all right, we got, and this was before Cyberpunk got delayed, of course, but they probably read the room. They're like, at the time, all right, we got Cyberpunk, we got Valhalla, we have a bunch of games with Spider-Man and Demon Souls and everything.
Yeah.
Why don't we push this game out and put it in a place where more people are likely to play it instead of playing all this other stuff that's coming out? And then making it free to play just makes sense because $70 for an arena shooter-ish game that no one even really knows what it is, no one's going to try it. Everyone's going to at least download it on PS Plus. You know what I mean? So I think this was a very smart move in both facets.
Yeah, I
agree.
don't think it's a development issue at all. I think it's genuine, release.
It's them reading
a
the
marketing
room,
thing.
And I'm
Very
sure
cool.
That's on the pre-orders too.
Yeah, oof, I'm not.
And
Oh,
oh shit, this is not gonna sell, so let's delay it and just make it.
those. Yeah, imagine pre-ordering.
Spider-Man Miles Morales pre-orders, Demon Souls pre-orders, Destruction All-Stars.
Very low. All right, next up, some quickie news. We don't have to dwell on these too much, but Marvel's Avengers, a Square Enix title, permanently cuts their in-game shops cosmetic prices. So that's just a nice thing. You know, game's not doing so hot right now.
Yeah, it
Deals,
seems like a death gargle to me. Seems like this game's on its way to.
It's nice, yeah.
It's not
because
going to
also,
be
I think-
dead because it's Avengers. You know what I mean? Like people will still be playing it, but I think it's on its way to being maybe not free to play, but kind of in that.
People are gonna go back when there's free DLC, when new
the free
characters come
DLC,
out.
yeah.
But even that, it's like how many people are going to go back for Kate Bishop? You're going to play Kate Bishop's 4 missions and then you're going to drop it again. You know?
Yeah.
So I
people
think
who own
that,
it, I mean, hey, dude, it sold a lot. Like,
yeah,
this-
I wonder what
yeah.
the retention rate was though. Like I wonder how many people traded it back in.
very low, but yeah, we'll see.
I think
next
move on.
Not much. Yeah, we'll see how
Games
Marvel's
demand,
Avengers evolves. Apple TV coming to Xbox consoles for Series X launch. So Apple TV, not the best streaming service, but it's cool that it's now expanding to both PlayStation and Xbox. Xbox at launch, the Series X will also have all of the current streaming apps that the Xbox One has. That is in difference to in contrast to PlayStation 5, which will not have Hulu at launch.
All I can say
some weird
is
stuff.
that Steve Jobs is rolling around in his grave right now.
Yeah, Apple TV
I
on a
agree.
Microsoft Xbox. That is actually very funny. Anything like
It happens all the time though. Like usually Xbox has all these media streaming stuff or whatever apps first than PlayStation. It happened
hold on,
with
wait.
It depends.
Generation
No,
2.
I thought PS4 had some
Time
stuff
out.
earlier.
No, he was right. And last night it was. But Big Brain thought if
Mhm.
what Xbox is doing is just using the backwards compatible, because obviously that's how all the apps work
It's
on.
probably
Why? Yeah, but why isn't PlayStation 5 running the Hulu app backwards compatible?
I'm sure they want a new experience,
Some
something with
fucking
an
maybe a new
architectural
experience.
something. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a weird thing. Just thinking about it aloud.
I honestly don't care because a lot of people
yeah,
have
obviously
a lot of
hundreds,
other
yeah.
places to watch.
Millions
of streaming devices.
Honestly, it's like, does it really matter at the
No.
end of the day, especially at launch day?
As long as
No.
it has Netflix, that's you
in
know what
a
I mean.
year or so, in a couple months or so, if it's gonna end up having everything,
Yeah.
Yeah,
so,
I
like,
mean,
who cares?
the main thing for like
Actually,
people that are
there's-
using their PlayStations as a media box is as long as it has
They're not buying
Netflix.
the PlayStation 5 until fucking months later.
No,
Honestly.
but even if it's like a person that's like, oh, my PlayStation is my streaming box
You
too.
used to have the PS4.
But as long as it has Netflix, that's the one main thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
Moving on.
Another fun tidbit about the PlayStation: a PS5 DualSense controller doesn't work natively with the PS4. However, it does work with the PS3. So, if you also remember during the launch of the PS4, the DualShock 4 worked with the PS3 as well. So, PS3 seems to just fucking accept anything. But the PS4, when you plug it in, a DualSense to PS4, doesn't recognize the buttons. So, let's segue this into a little discussion of the DualSense, so we don't talk about it too much when the PS5 launches. But Miguel got his hands on a DualSense just by walking into a GameStop and purchasing it. If you're watching the video, or if you just want to go to YouTube, Miguel did a little hands-on unboxing, so check that out. But we're going to give you the audio, so don't describe it too much about like the camera.
Well, there's
But just,
also a
like, overall
video
impressions.
on the episode video. But yeah, go
Yeah,
watch
those are
Miguel's actual full video unboxing and comparison.
Thoughts, Miguel? What do you think of the
compared to the
DualSense?
DualShock, but just quick thoughts on it.
Yeah.
It feels better, and it feels like an actual. It feels like something that actually cost me $70 compared to the DualShock 4 that is $60, and it feels like it's cheaper, and I shouldn't have paid $60 for it. It feels like I should pay like
40.
40 maybe. It's lighter, a lot lighter.
The DualShock
Well,
is
well,
lighter.
The DualShock's lighter.
Yeah, than the
Just for
DualSense.
audio listeners, because you were holding it up. So
Yes, I'm sorry. It just feels like a premium controller, man. Like it feels like it's already like an elite controller. And obviously, it doesn't have like the back buttons like the Xbox Elite. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
But
But
it
you're
does
saying
feel
this
like a
is the
premium,
equivalent
like-
of right.
it feels
How do-
premium, honestly.
How do the triggers feel when the control's off?
And do the bumpers feel too big? Because I feel like they looked
Oh,
really
yeah.
big in the pictures.
So-
Like R1 and
They
L1.
are a little bit bigger. But
in terms of feel,
actually feels
when you're actually
comfortable.
holding it,
feels-
looking at a screen,
feeling it, like it feels great.
the
Like, I don't
R1s, R1 and L1.
R1, L1, they're a little bit thicker.
So there's no like on the DualShock.
And, lengthwise is a little bit bigger, just because the controller is bigger.
Right. So on the DualShock, there's
And
this
wider.
weird like little black bar in between R1 and R2.
There's a separation, yeah,
It's like
plastic
like
separation.
that's not
So
on the
it's-
DualSense, right?
So
No, it's
as
not.
you can see, it doesn't have that on it. Like
the bumpers
it's
look so big. Oh my god.
So Miguel's showing the trigger and the bumpers, the ones and the twos. Oh, that's cute. I said that. Are touching. There isn't so pick up your DualShock 4 right now. You see how it's not touching? That's the
it's not
difference.
touching. So the black bar that the DualShock have, like it's integrated to L1 and R1.
Right, like
So when the
they
Dual-
essentially
Does it look a little
combined
curved?
that and made it thicker. yeah.
Yes.
When the DualSense is off, though, those back triggers have no tension in terms of there's no different
right,
tension.
no,
It's only when it's on and you're playing
It's
a
only
fun
when it's
game.
on,
Okay,
and
cool.
depends on the game that you're playing.
Yeah, to have haptics.
Interesting.
I'm gonna try.
How does the touch bar like Is that the same
the
click,
little
same feel? The touchpad, I should say.
Yeah, it feels smoother though. It doesn't have the little
Oh, it's not as rugged, no.
Like it's like an engraving on the pad, like the little dots.
Yeah.
It doesn't have it. It's smooth, nice and smooth. Like
that's going to bring me to my next question: is how does it compare to the Astro C40 TR, which you and I, have talked about it in the past. I still use mine Us Masters, so
but even more expensive controller. That's like what $100.
It's like $200.
Comparing it to that,
$200. Okay.
Yeah, it was $200. And I smashed the fuck out of it thanks to Modern Warfare. Actually, I dropped it and
you didn't even smash it. You picked it apart meticulously.
No, but I dropped it. Yeah, after
the final
use the triggers.
The final death nail in it was you taking it apart like a psychopath.
Oh yeah, dude! I just grabbed it and twisted the fuck out of it, and it started. Oh, it was funny. Whatever. $200. Who cares?
Please tell me you got a warranty or a refund on that.
For the first one that I broke, yeah. That was the second one that I broke. Okay, let's not get into it.
But yeah, so the DualSense compared to the
Calm
C40.
Down.
To the C40, I do think that the C40 for the PS4 is the best controller there is out there for the PS4. So comparing that to this, it feels around the same size to it, and it feels
good.
It's around the same weight.
Okay.
And it's like I said, it's around the same size too. So grabbing this controller, I feel like I'm grabbing the C40.
Okay, cool. Because that's what I was worried about. Because I was worried about my C40 not being compatible with PS5 games. But if the DualSense is similar, then I'm not worried.
It is. It feels so similar to it.
That's good to know.
Even the analog sticks are just made better. Like the little rubber, it has actually. It's probably not gonna. The grip on it is just way better compared to.
So my C40 might just end up being my PC.
Your old
shock.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, that's awesome. Yeah. That's very.
If you want more comparisons between the Dual Shock and the DualSense, go to YouTube.
YouTube.com/the
video.
Very excited to see what that baby is like when it's turned on and connected to a fucking huge device, but we'll have to wait and see. Next up, save the date for BlizzConline, February 19th and February 20th. This is the online virtual BlizzCon, as you know. Why is it online? Do you guys know?
Because of COVID.
Oh.
Usually it's a big expo you can go to. It's like a fucking PAX or something, but just for Blizzard games. And this year they're just doing it online.
Yo, keeping it.
It was delayed as well because it was supposed to be
last year's BlizzCon that they tried doing the whole anti-Blizzard because they were supporting China, but no one gave a shit.
A week before, right?
No one gave a shit because they announced Overwatch 2 and everyone just was like, "Oh shit, Overwatch 2, nice."
So they're gonna actually give a release date on that here now.
Overwatch 2 should just be DLC for Overwatch 1. It's so stupid.
I mean, what else?
Because the multiplayer is identical. Diablo 4 is announced. Diablo Mobile, whatever. Immortals. Diablo Immortals, is that the mobile game? That just fell off the planet. I wonder if that quietly got canceled. Yeah, I wonder if that got quietly canceled. I'm assuming we're going to get... I'm assuming February 19th to 20th sounds close enough where we'll get the first Hearthstone expansion reveal of 2021. And maybe a new mode. That'd be cool. I've been playing duels in Hearthstone. It's fun. Fun time.
Next up, on IGN, Dale Driver has this cool article about the bizarre story behind an iconic Resident Evil sound effect. Did you, Anthony, read this article?
Yeah, so it's a video. It's not really an article. So I just wanted to give a shout out to this video and just to tell anyone listening or watching to go check it out. I'm not going to really go in deep with it because, obviously I want you to go watch the video. But essentially, Dale Driver, who's one of the guys over at the IGN UK team, he went on this kind of quest to find this sound and it was in Resident Evil 2. It was in a couple other video games in the early PS1 era. It was in some 80s movies. It's the sound of a sci-fi door opening. And the second I heard it, because I saw the trailer for this on Twitter before the video went live, and then I followed up on it afterwards. And I just heard that sound and I was like, oh shit, yeah, like I know that. And so if you went and watched it, you'd be like, holy shit, like I know this sound, but I didn't realize what it was from. And so it's just one of those cool things where he's like, the sound has been like in my life for so long, let's figure out. So he goes in, like he tries to find like where it came from, you know, how it was made, who made it. So it's really cool. Go check it out. Dale Driver and really the whole IGN UK team, Joe Scrabbles, all them, they do a lot of awesome and unique stuff. It's not just like, you know, you're like your generic hot takes or just general coverage. I feel like the UK team on IGN does some of IGN's best work across the board. So, but definitely go check this out. And let Dale know on Twitter that he did a good job, because I feel like he's a good dude.
An iconic Resident Evil sound effect. Just Google that to find it. Next up, From Software reminds everyone Elden Ring still exists, but that's about it. They post on Twitter.
Literally, that's it.
Yeah, they just post on Twitter. We also appreciate all the enthusiasm and support shown for Elden Ring, our next dark fantasy action RPG. We hope you look forward to it.
You know what's funny is that I forgot that Blue Point is doing Demon Souls. Because I was like, well, yeah, they're working on Demon Souls and this. And I was like, wait a minute. No, they're not doing Demon Souls. So I don't know where this game is, but cool that it still exists, I guess. This is the is the George R. R. Martin one, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. From Dark Souls director Hidetaka Miyazaki and George R. R. Martin. But yeah, this is cool. I wouldn't put this in a camp of like, oh, where's this game? Because it's like, yeah, dude, From does release games very often.
But there's nothing known about it. They released that one weird, obscure trailer. It's like an open world game, I think. I don't know. So
did they release that trailer before Sekiro or after Sekiro came out?
It was after Sekiro, I think. At least after Sekiro was announced. I don't know if it was after it came out.
So we'll see where they're up to. Next up, turn-based League of Legends RPG coming early 2021. Cool.
Yeah, that's interesting to me because and this is Riot, right? So
time out. This is what I understand. I thought it was PC exclusive. No, this RPG, Ruin King, a League of Legends story, is coming to all consoles: PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X.
So there's a couple points to talk about it. We don't talk about it long, but just to mention is Riot Games is making a console game now. Now, we all know Auto Chess came to consoles this past, last week or a couple weeks ago, whatever. But that wasn't made for consoles. It got ported for. This game is being made for consoles, essentially, and of course, PC. But Switch, too, is kind of crazy to me. But they're slowly kind of building out their portfolio, man. They have League of Legends. They have Valorant. They have Legends of Runeterra is their card game that's very popular and surprisingly not riddled with microtransactions in the way that like other games like Magic the Gathering or Hearthstone are. So they're slowly building out a really good portfolio. I mean, I know Riot has PR issues, and clearly I hope I hope that they get their shit together in that regard. But as far as their gaming portfolio, I think that they're building a really strong portfolio, and I think that Tencent is just shoveling them more money because they're bringing them money. So,
speaking of Tencent-backed companies, Fortnite is ready for PS5 and Xbox Series X. We'll be sporting 4K 60 frames per second on the Series X, 1080p 60 frames on the Series S. And whenever I say X, obviously, I also mean the PS5. It will have split-screen enhancements and just overall...
No, there was no split-screen at all before, so this is split-screen's new.
Is that? Are you sure?
Is it? I thought it was. I thought split screen was new.
They had split screen.
Unless it's split screen for Save the World or like creative mode
for multiplayer. It's pretty first time.
Yeah, I was gonna say I didn't think
the split screen was for the campaign stuff.
Yeah, like the Save the World stuff.
You could pick your game mode directly from the home menu. That's cool. Oh, that's cool. I guess instantly jumping into a queue. It'll have haptic feedback support. I hope all games
PS5 exclusively will have haptic support because the Xbox Series X controller is just an Xbox One controller. I don't know why people are making a big deal. You know what I mean? It's
an extra controller.
It's with one extra little button. You know what I mean? That's why, okay, so just real quick, I got to go on just a quick little rant. I'm tired of...
If you talk about fictional Xbox fans, I'm going to kill you.
But I just don't understand. Like, there's people in these fucking IGN... like post comments that are like, it's so anti-consumer that PlayStation 4 controllers don't work on PS5 yet. Because the DualSense is a whole new controller with whole new features. The Xbox Series X controller is an Xbox One controller. That's why you can use them interchangeably.
Name.
Exactly.
Listeners, for those who don't know, Anthony has imaginary Xbox fans in his head where he thinks that there's this.
Go check any IGN comment, man.
I check IGN tweet replies. No one on the internet gives that.
Maybe it's because they're all on Facebook. Then I don't know.
Maybe they are. Facebook's where all the Xbox fans are.
I gotta just get rid of Facebook. I fucking hate Facebook.
Get rid of Facebook, please. Next up. Fortnite. No, I just read that. Spider-Man Miles Morales Spider-Verse costume revealed. So this is pretty much similar to when you had the animated costume in Spider-Man 2018. But it's animated and it looks like the Into the Spider-Verse one. He does like cool animations also that match the game. It's like kind of slows down the frame rate also to make it look more like
that filter can be turned on or off for all suits. Just to clarify, because that was an update on the article.
Oh, that like the slow mo, not the
Spider-Verse, it's the Spider-Verse frame rate filter where it's like kind of chunky moving because that's how the movie was. Yeah. You could turn that off. Like when you're just swinging through New York, that's probably cool. But then when you're in combat, you don't want to do that,
Yeah, but I just like the visual aesthetic. I do.
Yeah.
When I unlock that animated suit, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, how do you visually?
This is like the vintage suit from the original Spider-Man.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
So that's equivalent to that. So that's awesome. I'm glad. I just love how they're supporting like all these, other Spider-Verse, not like literally Spider-Verse, not just the movie.
Yeah, literally Spider-Verse. Yeah.
Just like just other Spider-Man things. Like they're adding like they added the Toby suit. You know what I mean? I think they're adding the Amazing Spider-Man suit. Like they're adding all these
coming into this show.
All these like the Spider-Man PS4 had like the Iron Spider suit from Infinity War. Like it's just so cool that they're taking all these different Spider-Man universes, comics, movies, TV shows, all this. So it's cool that they're supporting it, and it's not kind of walled off the way you would think that it would have been.
There was some clarification. It appeared in one of the promo images that it's a pre-order exclusive. It's not a pre-order exclusive. Pre-ordering gives you early unlock to it. So
it's like you get it right away if you pre-order, or you get it at level 10.
Or you have to earn it, yeah.
That's a made-up level that you unlock,
coins.
but it's just an example.
Next up, some Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War news. Funny enough, came out of their Activision's investor calls this past month. They also made fucking $1 billion on, like saying $1 billion isn't even that much. They made like $5 billion. What is it?
1.3 billion.
Was that just from consoles alone?
From Billy the Puppet?
No, from microtransactions.
From TX?
Yeah, from Billy the Puppet and Leatherface.
Yeah, dude, hey, those fuckers sell. But yeah, so Activision made a shitload of money again, but they clarified that on launch day for Cold War, shit's going to be normal. Warzone's going to be Warzone, Black Ops is going to be Black Ops. Not until December, when the first season of Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War's Battle Pass starts, that's when they're going to integrate Warzone and Cold War. It makes sense, yeah.
It makes sense because Modern Warfare Season 1 didn't launch until like a month after the game
until December as well, yeah.
It makes sense because for the longest time, we were saying to each other, like, where's the Warzone news? What's going on with Warzone? And so the news is nothing's going on with Warzone until December. So
yeah.
At least now we know.
Yes, we know that, and we know that I'm sure they want at least for a month for the new game to like just have all the attention.
Yeah,
instead of bringing exactly. Hopefully it sells for them, but just a couple things from that conference call. Mm-hmm. It seems like doing the Warzone did help the sales of Modern Warfare, like the conversion rate. From people playing the free
Jeff
VR
thought about
mode.
it. He didn't do it, but he thought about it.
Yeah, like people converted, like the conversion rate's high for the people that actually bought the actual game, which that alone made it it's the best selling card of all time now.
Mm-hmm.
The loadouts for Warzone are gonna be separate, so you're gonna have loadouts for Modern Warfare. And you're going to have loadouts for Call of Duty Cold War. And you're going to be able to... You can merge. Like, I want a perk from Modern Warfare and a perk from Cold... No, they're going to be separate. I don't know how they're going to, like, if someone kills you, are you gonna be able to pick up like if you have a gun from Modern Warfare and
Oh, that's so confusing. Yeah.
and you kill someone that has a gun from
Cold
like,
War.
Cold War, like are you gonna be able to pick it up or not? Is like the guns okay, but not like the perks and shit? Like I assume the guns are gonna be able to like you're gonna be able to pick them up. But I'm sure the perks are gonna be different, and like goals is just way better on Modern Warfare than Cold War, because
So I
in
think
Cold War
that-
you need to be moving, and in Modern Warfare you don't have to. So like,
I wonder if
depends on your play
Ghost
style too,
in
probably.
Black Ops versus Ghost in Warzone just are different. You know what I mean? Like you can have them in the same loadout, but they function differently.
They're like, yeah, like it says like
I mean, they do, that's
CW in
what I'm
one, and
saying.
it says MW in one.
Like, so you're gonna have to.
parentheses.
Like you can have it equipped to the same loadout
Wait.
and use the same loadout in Warzone and Black Ops, but in Black Ops, it's like Ghost is X
I don't
percent
know, what do I
effective,
mean?
whereas it's
So, okay,
less
here,
effective.
here,
you know what I
here.
mean?
Hold on, one second. This is even going to get things more confusing. Warzone, even after December, will still be using the MW engine.
Which is not surprising, in my opinion.
It's not surprising,
better
but it's
engine.
like,
I think
if-
it's a better engine overall.
It's
but,
for sure
but
a better engine.
but when Modern Warfare loses support, which it will, the multiplayer, in let's say April,
I wouldn't.
and
This is the one time where I actually wouldn't be surprised if they do continue support for it because it's so big.
It's so popular, bro.
This is the
It's
only
so fucking
instance
big.
I could see it continuing.
it's I mean, maybe we'll have to wait and see.
This
Yeah,
in June 2021, I wouldn't be surprised if you told me Modern Warfare is still more popular than Black Ops.
Yes, I wouldn't be surprised just because Modern Warfare appeals more to casual players.
It's like a universal
Yes.
IP.
well,
you know what I mean?
only if they were to continue adding seasons to MW.
Well, of
If
course,
MW
of course,
loses
yeah, of course,
seasons,
of course,
I don't
of course.
think it will. Yeah,
It'll be Warzone people. Yeah, right.
And
totally.
that's going to depend on how many people stick to Modern Warfare, dude. I feel.
Oh, of course.
The other thing that I wanted to say is I hate what they're doing to just pretty much the multiplayer of the new game, the Black Ops
And
game.
about like
What does that
regarding
have-
It,
what
it
does that do
seems
to
like
Warzone?
they're gonna they're
This was just your way to sneak in a rant about
Yeah,
what
just
Cold War.
bringing back beta complaints
no.
again, like,
Yeah, fuck the
like a month
beta.
ago.
no, it
The
seems like
alpha from September sucks.
it seems like they're gonna bring remaster maps, and it's gonna be the same ones that we had in Black Ops 3, Black Ops 4 already.
Summit,
My guy,
Jungle.
if we don't have Summit in BO5, then nothing is real, and my entire reality is
Could you
fake.
imagine Nuketown wasn't
Dude.
in Cold War?
Dude, there's so like there's better maps, bro. Or like I'm not saying
Dude,
don't
I-
bring it.
just give me
I'd
Hazard.
rather
Just give me
have- I'd
Hazard.
rather
I
have-
just want Hazard.
I'd
man.
rather have like why not bring standoff? Why not bring Kowloon? I think it was a DLC
Kowloon
map.
was
Oh,
great.
yeah,
Kowloon was so
Why
good
not
in Black Ops
bring-
1.
Why not bring
the zip
other
line?
maps, bro?
Miguel, I've got a game for you. Miguel, I have a video game for you. It's perfect for you. You'll love it.
Black Ops 2.
Call of Duty Mobile. Call of Duty Mobile has standoff in it.
Dude, for
That
real,
is
mobile is
every
so
map
good.
in it ever.
Mobile game,
It's
probably.
insane.
I think
Best
Call of Duty
fucking
Mobile
COD
might be
ever.
the best Call of Duty in the past
It
10
is,
years.
dude. It has
I-
high
Like,
rise.
not
in it.
even kidding. Not even kidding.
It has high rise.
It's really
Exactly.
good.
High rise hasn't been remade since MW2.
Which makes my
Yeah.
fucking mind.
Like,
It's
I've been
one of
saying
those ones they shouldn't be in there.
since mobile came out, I've been saying just copy paste COD Mobile and put it on
I
Switch.
wish.
And just put it on Switch. Exactly as you don't even make the graphics
would
better or anything. Just leave the graphics
Probably
same.
buy a Switch.
So many people would buy microtransactions in Call of Duty Mobile if it was on Switch.
I hate touchscreen first-person shooter controls on a mobile device, and I love playing.
This
COD
one
Mobile
pulls it
on
off
my phone.
because I used to play Call of Duty Zombies on iPhone, like iPod and iPhone
Yeah,
back
way
in the day,
back then, yeah.
like World at War Zombies, and then they added Black Ops, which was better. But
yeah.
and like those, like I suffered through it because I really loved like OG Zombies at the time. But even those, like it wasn't great. COD Mobile
Those
feels
rough, though.
perfect. Like it just feels like though I don't know what it. And I still have a phone with 3D touch. That's the other reason I'm thinking about not upgrading yet. So the 3D Force touch, whatever.
3D touching.
Force touch for COD
Other
Mobile
thing-
is great too.
The other thing,
–
just one last thing before we move on
Yeah, before
from
we move on.
this thing. The game is out there already. People have the game. I'm not gonna
True?
spoil
Really?
anything. Yeah, people already have the game
Oh wow.
in the wild.
It's only out.
Dude, it's coming out in 2 weeks. Like, come on, bro. It's out. It doesn't have the fucking dogs. Like, why tease it if they're not gonna
Attack
be there?
dogs.
Yes. Like, why tease that we're gonna have dogs and then not?
I wonder if it's going to be like
split to
season
again.
one, and we're adding dogs. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Like,
I
fuck.
could see it, adding kill streaks and things.
They did the same thing with Black Ops 4. Like, they tease the doggies and then
Thank God
they're
the
not
wraps
there.
were
And it's
gone.
Well, no, BO4 did have dogs. BO5 had dog. Nomad
okay,
had one dog.
It was a specialist
Those
thing
fucking
too.
suck.
Yeah.
yeah.
But the fucking thank God the wraps were gone. I hated the wraps.
Dude,
I
wraps
love
sucked.
them, bro.
I
God.
don't like the dogs mechanic. I don't like dogs wraps. Anything that automatically zones in on you. I'm not a. I don't know.
Oh,
I
my
get, I
God,
get that it's
bro.
good for campers. I get
love
that.
it.
But for me, that's just trying to run around and have fun, and I get killed by
I
a
know.
dog. That I
Dude,
just
when you
put a
kill
clip
one
and a half into a
player,
dog, and they
dog,
start killing.
Well, when you suck, bro. Get better.
Yeah, that.
Come on,
Because a
bro.
dog
Fuck,
bit my ankle and now I'm dead. Now I lost my kill streak.
Well,
Sorry.
I mean, you're just getting a fucking UAV. Okay, relax, bro.
I'm on my UAV.
You will. They're so okay. Whatever. The kill streaks are mainly fucking like in the air, bro. I don't know if you guys have noticed like the kill streaks. Like, there's no like the little robot that fucking just goes around and shoots shit, or the like. We need more like ground-based streaks, in my opinion.
It's interesting.
There's
yeah,
almost none.
yeah.
There's like
Yeah.
I think the sentry gun, and that's it.
The war machine.
I mean, that's not ground brace. That's you holding a fucking gun.
That's your hand. Yeah, that's
I'm saying like something that you place on the ground, or like something
Okay, yeah,
that
fair
you
enough.
activate.
Guys,
and
we
there's,
still
like,
have a
powers
lot
and
of
stuff like
news left.
You can
R60.
So
We do have. A
we'll
lot to
talk about Call of Duty next
Miguel,
week.
Move through this
Miguel's
shit,
trying to
bro.
sneak us into getting fucking talking about the beta from 2 weeks ago. So the last thing on Call of Duty Modern War, on Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, the PC specs reveal it will require up to 250 gigabytes of storage. That's usually not the footprint of the game at launch, but usually the amount it could go up to. We've seen it even go beyond their recommended with Modern Warfare. After a year, it's definitely much bigger than what they said originally. But just, game sizes aren't getting smaller, so don't expect that. Next up, in another big delay, Far Cry 6, earlier stated for February 2021, is now going to be after March 2021. So now it's pushed off into the next financial year. So that could be anytime. I kind of feel a more May release, maybe June, maybe summer game.
When did Far Cry 5 come out? That was March?
February also, yeah. February or March, yeah. Last week of February, yeah.
I swear I thought there was
First
a
week of
Far
March.
Cry that released in that like May-ish window. Maybe what did Far Cry?
Yeah,
I
it
don't
could
know.
be. Maybe 4.
It was New Dawn.
Oh, was it? No, I
in
thought that
May?
even came out.
No,
in
New Dawn was
February.
February. New Dawn was February too.
Far Cry 4 was November. Maybe it was like Blood Dragon or something.
Maybe something.
Maybe.
But yeah, so Far Cry's got pushed off. They cited coronavirus. Once I saw this, I'm like, ooh,
Blood
get
Dragon
ready,
was April
guys.
30th. That's what I was thinking.
Nice, good call. Games will be getting delayed. Coronavirus
they
is
already
continuing. When Far Cry was announced, I guarantee you, Ubisoft was like, okay, we'll have a couple more months of Corona, but then, we'll get back to the office in December and we'll be able to finish it or something. Just the real world's hitting people, and it's like games will be getting pushed off. Beware of that. Next up, Sony's Jim Ryan says it's crucial to keep serving PS4 owners in years to come. I think this is an obvious story. I just think it's interesting to bring up because they have been so PS5 is PS5. PS5 games belong on PS5, and like now it's like
PS5.
yeah, but now
And,
it's like,
and now they're
PS4
kind of
is the
doing
one-
an Xbox, no
Yeah.
one gets left behind type of thing. So I
Yeah,
mean, there's a bajillion PS4s in the wild, so it's not surprising.
literally a bajillion. Yeah,
They did it for the PS3 too. So I mean, it's not surprising. They at least support
Yeah,
it for
because
a
Last
year.
of Us came out like right before PS4.
Yeah,
right
dude,
before.
like,
It didn't
they
get
keep
remastered for
supporting
it
it.
until like a year later.
I feel like this is probably one of the years that they're gonna support the PS4 probably like for 2 or 3 years instead of like one.
yeah,
Just because there's a lot
there's
more
so many of them.
and
Yeah, there's so many of them.
a lot more. The current situation, just a lot. Yeah,
for like the big. I mean, Horizon's coming out for the PS4, but I think like God of War. I think that's.
I
the
think
first
God of
one
War
that's
will be
gonna
the first one that drops
just
PS4 support. Yeah,
Yeah.
If not God
agreed.
of War, then whatever Naughty Dog is working on.
Spider-Man 2.
Yes.
What? Yeah, I don't know.
Naughty Dog. I mean, they're
What do we
working
think Naughty
supposedly
Dog's
on the multiplayer for
Yeah.
Last of Us.
True.
They already have said that.
But
Yeah,
that,
Naughty
that could
Dog,
be
dude.
that could be a broken off studio like the way that they did Legacy.
Naughty
Uncharted Lost
Dog,
Legacy,
don't expect anything for a minute, bro, dude. After playing
we-
Last of Us 2.
Do we think they go new IP or are they going back to the WoW?
New IP. I think
New
they're
IP.
going new IP.
You don't think
I
Uncharted
think
5?
there's really nothing to tell in that.
I think that
story.
they could do Uncharted 5, but have it be
Uncharted.
new. I don't know.
Yeah, with I'm gonna spoil it with the fucking kid.
The game's been out
with
for
the
a
kid,
bajillion
with
years,
Nate's
so.
kid.
What kid? You gotta play the game, but there's a kid.
We'll see what happens there. Next up, Bethesda boss Todd Howard says it's, quote, hard to imagine Elder Scrolls 6 being Xbox exclusive. Going more into that, I was actually reading the whole statement. He's essentially saying, Todd Howard, he's like, yeah, we did exclusive shit. You know, Morrowind was a console exclusive on Xbox. Oblivion came to Xbox first. Excuse me. Elder Scrolls has a history with Xbox. But, you know, we might have a special Xbox thing for Elder Scrolls 6, but it's coming to PlayStation, essentially.
There's going to be too many PS5s in the wild to not have it on PlayStation. That's what he's saying. There's too much money to be left on the floor.
Yeah, it will probably have a benefit on Xbox. It'll probably be better to play on Xbox, but it will come to PS5.
Just to make this clear, they're still in process of buying them. It's
Yeah,
not
sale
official yet.
deal's not closed either. I mean,
So
I don't see why it wouldn't. But
later on,
I doubt it.
Like something happens or whatever it is.
That would be
And,
crazy if that deal fell through.
But it's not official. This is why when like people like in his little media fucking tour that what's his name? Phil Spencer's going, like oh yeah, you know, fuck yeah, we just, you know, we got games now. And they ask him
They bought
point
games.
blank,
They
like,
didn't make new games.
I mean, yeah. Like point blank, like, is it coming to another console? And like, oh yeah, well, we can't talk about it right now. And then, you know,
He said, he said he can't
yet.
speak for it yet because
Yeah,
the deal's not closed.
because
Yet.
the deal's not done. I'm like, so why are you having the media tour then? Like, what the fuck are you doing?
How much did they buy Bethesda for? Or how much are they buying Bethesda for?
I want to say 7 billion.
7.5.
Yeah, 7.5, yeah.
And it's just funny how PlayStation's reaction, it's really not a reaction, it's totally separate. But it's just funny that it just came out, PlayStation might be buying Crunchyroll for $1 billion.
Yeah,
I did see that.
They're hiring for that studio that they opened on Malaysia, I think it was.
Yeah.
One of the studios over there. So they're building their studios. Obviously, they're buying some of them. But
You gotta diversify, bro. You gotta diversify.
like, it's fine. Like, you know, there's different ways to acquire studios, right?
Next up, in completely unrelated news, the new PlayStation app finally came out as voice chat. You could do cross voice chat from your phone to someone on your PS5 to someone on the PS4. A way better store. So the store on the app is like is like, I think, the ideal store experience right now. It's terrible on the web desktop, the PSN store. But the prior app experience was literally just like using the web version of the store. So like now it just feels a little more integrated.
Like it feels like the web version is a mobile store. So yeah, I think that the old web store was better, but the new app is better.
The new app is so much better.
Like way better, like night and day better.
For some reason, every time I felt like I opened up the old PlayStation app, I had to re-sign in, and like I was getting just white
opening the
screens with, like,
PlayStation
loading
Store
things
in the
forever.
app was like in a web browser within the app, and
Wasn't
like, it was
why
weird.
am I even doing this? Looking at friends list just took for it was just a bad experience. Now it's functionally like it has the same
It's
features
cleaner,
more. It's clear. It's just faster, simpler, and you have the party chat thing,
and
which
it's
is really
more
cool.
modern than what it was.
Yeah. So make sure to check that out. Get ready for the PS5.
It's
Also,
a good
don't
update overall, in my opinion.
It's a good update, yeah. It definitely in the right directions. I think it has a couple UI visual things that just like could be worked out, because like sometimes I'm trying to slide back to something, but I actually have to slide up or something. But they'll get there. They'll fix it. Next up, make sure to get your PSVR free adapter for the PS5 if you want to play PSVR games on launch day. Out of the box, PS5 doesn't support PSVR. You need a little adapter that you can get for free by submitting your serial number on your PSVR. Very simple.
Now you're not guaranteed to get one, it said, which probably only means that they're having production issues. You know, not production issues.
At launch,
Maybe
you're not guaranteed to get one at launch. Yeah, but you'll get one eventually.
But I did request it early, where I hope I get it soon.
Mm-hmm.
So that'd be cool, because I would like to try PSVR on PS5. Maybe not at launch. Like I'll be too busy at PS5 launch. But like within like a month, I would like to try VR on PS5.
It's kind of interesting because it's not about any future VR stuff. So, you know, it's not like you're going to be playing PS5 games in VR.
Right. It's about playing Iron Man VR with a sufferable load time.
It's retaining that backwards compatibility. So that's cool. And then one more thing about the latest update. Using fucking Naughty Dog magic, and just the ability of technology that goes just beyond our fucking minds and ability to comprehend. The Last of Us Remastered on PS4 just got an update, and the load times have been reduced by over 70%.
Now that's on PS4. Yes.
Right now, if you play The Last of Us, it was different than playing it a month ago, had much longer load times. I don't know how they did this. Obviously, they went back into it because they're optimizing it for the backwards compatibility version.
I was going to say, they probably were tinkering for the PS5, and then they're like, hey, we could do this on PS4, and then they just did it. I hope Last of Us 2 has better load times, because oof.
Yeah. But it just opens up so much possibilities. Like, wait, if you guys are able to take this old game and make it load much faster, can you take this old PS4 UI and make it run faster? Because the Xbox could do that. The Xbox made their UI faster several times.
That would imply that
the PS4 UI better?
PS4 is the same, isn't it the same exact thing that it always had? Like, they've updated the quick menu and all that, but the actual home UI
it just has gotten slower. It just has gotten slower.
Let me say this to you. Do you even care at this point?
I mean, I got 2 more weeks of fucking opening up my PSN party and talking to people.
In 2 weeks, they're not gonna do an update for it. After 2 weeks,
I know what I'm saying. I care.
Come on, bro. The fuck?
It is funny though that yesterday in our chat offline, you were like you were like, oh, look at how fast I can get to achievements on Xbox, and I was like, yeah, I can do that just as fast on PlayStation. And I took a video quick of me like opening the quick menu and then going right to my Bloodborne trophies, or I think it was playing Death Stranding. Just thought that was funny.
It's like people forget how bad the Xbox launch was, like the UI.
But to Jeff's point, they made it better.
Yeah,
because they had to, because it was so bad.
I mean, PS4 is not good now.
They don't have to, so I have to wait an extra couple seconds. Get out of here. But yes, that's cool.
Because just everything that they added, and they just did not optimize anything on it.
What did they add to the PSN party system of the PS4 that is different from launch?
I still can't believe I pressed the share button.
Games.
And then it takes 15 seconds to even pop up. And then it pops up, and then I gotta wait another 10 seconds for me to be able to save the video.
Dude,
like, it's crazy.
You get a
like, you literally
party
like
invite,
you can't take a clip of a Call of Duty match because you die 3 times before you're done saving your clip.
Yeah. Or if you get an invite and you hit fucking the PlayStation button, it's like, all right, fucking make a dinner. You know, you got 5 minutes of blue screen until that thing pops up.
See, I never use all that shit, so I really don't care.
Oh, shut up. I invite you to parties. You use the party system. Don't lie. All right, last but not least, definitely not least, Destiny 2 Beyond Light had their big Vidoc reveal, showed off the roadmap, and Stasis Class revealed, showed off some story trailers. Let me just go over the roadmap real quick. But on launch day, we're getting the Beyond Light campaign, a bunch of new exotics, as well as new subclasses, free to all players. Because remember, Destiny is still a free experience. The new location, the new Cosmodrome experience. That means when you start up, if you're a New Light player, you're going to have a more similar single player experience or story experience to the Destiny 1 experience than the Destiny 2 experience. So the Destiny 2 intro is pretty much gone, and now it's just the Destiny 1 intro when you get into Destiny 2. So it's confusing if you've never been in Destiny before, but like it's going to be this cool experience, I think, when you awaken in the Cosmodrome for the first time in 2020, just like you used to back in 2014.
I'm so hyped. Cosmodrome is back at launch, right? Of Beyond Light. I'm so hyped. I'm so hyped to go back to the Cosmodrome, dude. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, no, really cool. New so they don't call it a new location. It's like a new experience because it sounds like it's an old location, but whatever.
Well, they said they added in like some small new areas and they changed the way
they added boss sectors to it. Yeah,
like enemy spawns are different from the way it used to be and stuff.
We'll also get some cool Empire hunts, this new mode, a new strike, just some cool season stuff going out throughout the November with some Iron Banner, and then the Christmas themed or holiday themed Dawning event back in at the end of December. I'm really excited for this. I just finished up the last thing I had to do. Sorry, you have something on the roadmap or something?
No, go ahead.
Yes, I finally finished up what was bugging me forever. Literally, I actually called up my friend recently and was like, dude, I don't know how to feel about Destiny. I just had to vent this to the one person that actually plays Destiny more than me. That's like I know in person. And I'm like, I feel like I'm like not really excited for this just because this one thing in Destiny 2 right now is holding me back. Essentially, it's they have these seals and it's like challenges and they're up when Beyond Light comes out, and I wanted to get the 2020 seal. So it's like I'm fucking legit, and all I need to do is just finish this one raid that I hate, Spire Stars. And I just was like on LFG all Sunday morning. I'm like, all right, let's fucking go. Let's find people. Let's get this raid done so I could close out my Destiny 2 year 4 experience or year 3 experience, and get ready for Destiny year 4. I finished it. I got all the things I wanted. I completed it before everything goes into the vault, or some of the things that goes into the vault. I am excited. I'm ready for Destiny 2 Beyond Light right now. So let's go. Let's fucking go, baby.
I was just gonna say, so Destiny Beyond Light comes out on the 10th, and the PS5 won't get to your house until the 12th. Are you gonna play it? Or are you gonna wait until the 12th to play?
Dude,
because I'm just gonna wait until the 12th to play Beyond Light.
Every hour of my waking day, I've been thinking of this. Every fucking minute.
Because I don't want to play 30 frames, and I'm not buying it on PC. I did buy it on PC. It got refunded.
I don't. Yeah, exactly. So here's the. Yeah. So do I play it on the PS4 on the 10th on the PS4 with long loading times and shit framing it like a fool, or do I buy it on the 10th for 2 days on PC and then buy it again on the PS5?
No, don't do that.
I know that's crazy also. But okay, but what? Am I gonna wait 2 days and just not play the new Destiny content?
I mean, if you want, I'll play with you on the 10th, and we could just do like fucking like Crucible and stupid shit like that if you want.
Well, no, I'm gonna want to play the new story stuff.
But you're not gonna want to play the new story stuff at 30 frames, though, is what I'm saying. So it's like, well, also, we could still be playing Destiny, but
Destiny 2, Destiny isn't getting the 60 frames until December on PS5.
What?
Yeah, at launch it's going to just be better load times.
Oh my god, are you serious? I thought it was at launch.
They changed it. They
wish
said they needed more time.
I wish I kept my Steam pre-order then. Damn.
December 4th is when the PS5 update comes out. Yeah, they announced.
Okay, that's not too bad then, I guess. Maybe I'll just wait to just even start it until then. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, better load times, I guess, will be better, I guess, but we'll see. I mean, I could always do like non-story stuff on PC, like Crucible.
100%, yeah, there's a bunch of free content. I don't know. It's been racking my brain. I don't know what I'm gonna do about it.
Don't buy it twice. Don't be stupid. Because once the patch comes out for PS5, you're not.
Once the patch comes out, I'm never gonna go back. Yeah.
So don't buy it. Don't buy it on PC.
I know. I don't think I am, but it's just an.
Like long run. I'm glad I went PS5, but like that first couple weeks until the patch on PS5, I'm gonna be like, God damn it.
I know.
But it's not worth buying it twice.
Because it's not worth buying it slider either at launch, really until the December update, which, whatever, we'll see. And last but actually least, this is, I psyched you out. I said last but not least on the other one, but this is the least thing. Anthem 2.0 got information finally. BioWare showed off a new blog highlighting the new gameplay builds, skill tree, artifact details. Essentially, your character gear screen is Destiny, or I guess Assassin's Creed, because Assassin's Creed stole
it's Mass Effect. It's Mass Effect.
Yeah. Or what is it? Avengers has the same thing. It's it's simple, and you can do it when you're playing. It's not like the launch Anthem where you have to do it in your fucking thing and then launch out with it. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, launch Anthem was. Don't even get me started.
But yeah, I mean, this definitely looks better than what we saw. I think we all agree on that.
I think that they need to relaunch it on next gen.
Yes,
it needs to be a PS5, Xbox Series X launch. It could also be available on last gen, whatever. But that's not my point. Like, pitch it as this is the next gen version of this game for next gen consoles. 60 frames, all these new updates, all these new, quality of life upgrades, new raid, new areas to go. Give us new missions. Make the story make any semblance of sense. That's what they got to do. Because if they don't do all that,
what they gotta do is a new areas, not a new map. New areas.
Because we're going to the same areas over and over again.
I'd rather have small areas, but it just stuff that looks different. Like in Destiny. Like it's usually small, condensed areas, but they just look different. Like in the map that we had, like, yeah, it was big just or whatever because you were able to fly, but it's like everything looks the same.
Yeah, it was just a giant jungle.
Like, just give us.
Oh, this area's got a waterfall. This area's got fucking trees. This area's
like,
got
and I get
rocks.
why, because you're flying around or whatever. But like when you're flying around, especially on the PS4, when I like played it, like it looked all choppy and like framey, and like it doesn't look like the trailers look, or like if I was playing on PC, I guess. I don't know. I'm glad they were reworking because, I mean, in my opinion, it was fun. It had a lot of potential.
The gameplay I thought was very fun. I think that it's
fun.
a better Iron Man game than playing as Iron Man in Avengers, if I'm being honest. I thought the flight was better than Iron Man.
Here's my take. I think what they're going to do is use their DLC roadmap or whatever planned future content they had. They're going to rework that into Anthem Redux or whatever. Anthem.
Not Anthem 2, but like Anthem
refrain
V2.
from Anthem 2, but Anthem Evolution or some weird thing. But it's like, it's still Anthem, but like it's a free upgrade for everyone.
Like No Man's Sky Beyond, No Man's Sky, whatever the fuck. Like how they were adding new names to the game as they added new updates. Okay, so the No Man's Sky route would be perfect for Anthem, I think, where like they just add different, because the thing that made No Man's Sky so good with them like updating constantly is that they were adding different things with each update. One update would be about terraforming. Next update is going to be this weird sci-fi Dead Space thing. Next update is going to be about trading. Like each update meant something new instead of just like, oh, here's more missions.
I think they should launch it for the PS5 or whatever. Like say, it's coming out for the PS5, full upgrades or whatever. Obviously for the PS4 too and the Xbox One, but make it free.
Oh, you're saying have a free-to-play game?
Free to play and just sell cosmetics. Why? Because the game's already fucking less than $5.
It's pennies.
It's pennies to $1 right now. Like, why even charge? Like,
I could see that
if you make it that way, and then you could sell expansions like Destiny is.
Yeah.
Later on, when you're like after a year or whatever, when you're like you have a dedicated fan base and the game's actually good now or somewhat good and a good it's leaning to the good side, right? And just sell cosmetics and stuff like that. They're like, you could get like this fucking cool ass fucking skin or whatever, and it's $10 or $20 or whatever, or some emotes, and like obviously nothing that changes the fucking game, right? But like cosmetic stuff. Just because I feel that's probably the best chance that this game has. Instead of like, oh, it's 2.0 and we're selling it for $60 again. And like, hey, if you have it, it's free. Maybe you gotta pay. Maybe it's free. And if it's free, it's like, why buy the 2.0 version if you could just get it for like $1? And I think they had it for $1, right? GameStop.
Dude,
they had like a sale for $1 in GameStop,
I think it was $2
or something
like
that.
GameStop.
Yeah, it's like the game's like just make it free, bro. Like honestly.
Who was giving it out with controller purchases? Remember that? Or was that Fallout 76? I forgot which game.
I think that was Fallout. Yeah, Fallout 76 is still
was,
kicking somehow. I don't know who's playing it, but
either way, also, I guess since we mentioned it, No Man's Sky announced that they're going to have a next-gen update, 32-player single instance multiplayer. Wow, I'm intrigued to get into this game.
I feel like we're always intrigued when they announce No Man's Sky.
No Man's Sky.
Oh yeah.
Every time they announce an update,
I'm the only one that owns it for PlayStation.
Holy
right?
fuck!
Yeah, you're the only one that owns it.
You played it on Steam from Billy.
This is probably the best time to jump in, just because it's like it's a new gen.
It's gonna run better, look better, has all this crazy content that we missed.
We'll see.
I mean,
I'm gonna jump into it, but I own it. So.
Jumped into it.
Wait, you bought it twice? Bought it and sold it twice?
Once. Because
I remember you bought it and tried it with me, like when the multiplayer update came out.
Yeah, and that was it.
That was the one time. Yeah.
I don't know why you would bother selling it. Would you get 3 cents for it?
I don't remember how much I got.
Like, why would you even trade it in?
Too, so it wasn't.
That's I look at like Call of Duty World War II all the time, and I'm like, I could trade you in, but you're only worth like $1. So what's the point? Like, you know what I mean? Like even I own it on digital. Like I own it digital because it was a Plus game, and even that, I'm still like, why even bother giving it to them for $1?
Because you already have it. Whatever. I don't know, man.
Use this as a coaster. All right, that's been the news. Let's jump into what games are coming out this week on the weekend playlist. First up, we have Faria on PS4, Jurassic World Evolution coming to Switch, Breath Edge coming to PC, Yestermorrow, I hate that name, coming to all consoles, Dirt 5, this is big game. They were actually showing this is like a highlight game for the Xbox Series X, even though it's coming out 4 days before the Series X comes out. But then this is the true. Funny how this happens, but 2 racing games are coming out on November 6th, and one is way better than the other. Need for Speed Hot Pursuit Remastered, that's coming to all systems. I might impulse buy this if I'm feeling it that day. I really, really love Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 2010. One of my favorite racing games under Mario Kart, really. I highly recommend it. If you guys,
what was the one on PS2? Was it Most Wanted?
Yep. Okay, so there's actually 2 Most Wanteds and 2 Hot Pursuits.
Okay, so I think I'm thinking the original Hot Pursuit.
You might be. Yeah, that was 2005, I think, or no,
it was like around that area. Because
because then Most Wanted also came out on PS3 in 2012, but was also an older one. They literally remade Hot Pursuit and Most Wanted, whatever. So this is actually the game of the week. Paw Patrol Mighty Pups Save Adventure Bay, that's coming to all systems. And then Tropico 6 coming to Switch. So light week,
I think Feria is like that. It's not like a card game or something.
I've never heard of it. Faeria.
I think it's like a card game coming to Switch. It's like I don't know. It's weird.
Who knows? I mean, I want Hot Pursuit from Gamefly, but
it's like a RPG deck game, but not a card game. I don't know. It's weird.
Who knows? That's gonna do it for this jam-packed episode.
It ran long, 2 hours, hour and 20 minutes, not 2 hours.
Next week, hold on, let's do the math on this one. Next week will be the 9th, the week of next gen. So the calm before the storm is next week's episode.
Yeah, it's gonna be wild. It's gonna be wild.
It's not gonna be wild. It's gonna be wild 2 weeks from now.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like next week. It's gonna be like, what do we talk about? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Maybe we'll do. Should we do? When should we start thinking about Game of the Year?
After Cyberpunk comes
December?
Does Cyberpunk count at this point?
Stupid as fuck.
Okay, Cyberpunk is so far away.
If it comes in December, it's December.
Cyberpunk did get knocked out of the Game Awards
because they have a stupid structure.
But are we going to be able to even play Cyberpunk enough for it to count for this year? You know what I mean?
20 days, sure.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, you do play a lot of Bloodborne when you're supposed to be working. So yeah,
but Bloodborne is different from a fucking the minutia of a CD Projekt Red game. You didn't play Witcher 3, so you don't understand what you're getting into with a CD Projekt.
They said it's going to be shorter. So
I beat Red Dead 2.
Whatever that's worth.
Miguel didn't play it. How quick was that? A week or 2 weeks? I think it took me 2 weeks to beat Red Dead 2.
A week and a half.
Dude, Red Dead was
my life for that week.
Yeah, he did.
No way. No way. 2 weeks? It took me like a month and a half.
I mainlined Red Dead 2 into my fucking veins. I played 40 hours.
But did you do any of the side shit? Like, I feel like I mainlined the game, and it still took me like a month and a half. Maybe I did more side stuff. Maybe I did more side stuff.
You took a Red Dead break. 100% you did.
Yeah.
Did I? Mm-hmm. I thought that I...
No, you did.
No, I took a break after the fucking snowy prologue bullshit. That's what I did.
Go look up your trophies, bro. But I'd start closing us out, and we'll have this personal discussion personally.
Yeah, we'll figure it out later. But yeah, that's going to do it for episode 28. You can catch us on Twitter at FTR_pod. You can also catch all of us individually on Twitter. I'm at Anthony Palm. Jeff is at Mr. Brawl 96. And Miguel is at DarkAngel1010_. You can also catch us on PlayStation Network, where we'll be playing PS5 very shortly. I am the only X188. That's the word ONE, and the number is 88. Jeff is Brawl96, no mister. And Miguel is DarkAngel1010, no _. You can also catch us on YouTube, youtube.com/Faster Than Reloading, where you can watch the video episodes every single week, as well as occasionally we do reviews, occasionally we do editorial pieces. Miguel just put up a video comparing and contrasting the DualSense controller to the DualShock 4 controller on PlayStation 4. So you can check that out if you want to see the little differences between them, more than what he got into in the episode. And subscribe to the feeds. 5-star rating on your podcatcher of choice would help us out a lot. We would very much appreciate that. And we will catch you all next week.
Peace.
Remember, switching to your pistol is always faster than reloading.